And I've been fighting for a chance to sit down. Like, I've been looking forward to this. I've been itching for it. And finally, we'll be able to maybe get some truck time in. We're in Krakow on the week 4 of their cargo challenge. Time flies, huh? And it's a new type of cargo. We're doing logging. We're going to go from Katowice to we're going to go from Krakow to Katowice in Poland, pick up some logs and take it to Białystok. And if you thought that I had trouble with the Italian names, man, just welcome to Poland, I guess. All right, let's boot up the old truck and take it for a ride. And like I said, first things first, I'm gonna go pick up the trailer. We spent the night here at this hotel. Trailer is by the garage to our west. It's the first time with the log trailer. It's brand new brand new to me. Haven't done any logging yet, so I'm looking forward to it. I picked out the trailer yesterday. It looks really nice. And I got a bit of a plan for week 4, this cargo challenge. There's 4 deliveries that we're going to do. First one is from Katowice to Białystok. Yeah, man, I have a friend who lives in Poland. He's gonna, if he hears this, he's gonna. Well, he's not gonna like it. I can tell you that much. You should be able to see it here. Oh yeah, here it is. Log trailer over there. We're gonna go hook that up and then go to the neighbor city of Krakow and pick up some logs. After the Białystok, we're going to go to Katowice. And again, I'm sorry, and that is in Lithuania. But first things first, hook up the trailer. When it comes to cargoes, the difference is not huge. The depots can be a bit different. So even though it's just truck driving, it feels really different when you have like a new trailer with different kinds of cargoes. Look at this beauty. Love log trailers. Roll down the window and take a look. Truck has air suspension. We're in position, so looking it up. And the truck has air suspension, so I can lower and increase the ride height depending on like what I need to do. And when it comes to going over large bumps in the road or anything like that, Might want to increase the suspension and like when you need to get the truck underneath the trailer, like we just did, it can be easier if you lower it. Oh, sorry, we're gonna go right.
Turn right. Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left.
So what's been going on? I've had a bit of a hectic week, even nothing major. It's been going on, just a lot of things at work. A couple, like in maybe beginning of November, my work car got hit by a truck. It sounds like both hell and heaven, but it wasn't as dramatic as it sounds, because the car was parked, and it was one of those kind of delivery trucks. And I was parked at the end of the parking lot,
the speed.
and the truck driver didn't account for the space he would take to get his truck out of the parking lot.
Right.
So he hit my car and came and got me. He was a really great guy, but he was a bit dramatic about it. So I was up on I think it was
Exit right.
third or fourth floor of this house, in an office working, and this delivery guy, he comes up with fear in his eyes almost, and he comes. So my company name is on my car. It's one of those carpenter, electrician, plumber cars. It's Ford Transit Connect, so it's kind of like a Volkswagen Caddy. Anyway, this guy comes up and he's like, he looks at me with fear in his eyes, and he comes up to me and he puts his hand on my shoulder. He just stares at me for a couple seconds, and I'm like, oh, dude, what's going on here?
Please watch the speed.
And he's like, I hit your car. And I'm like, okay, it's nothing worse than that. We're fine. You were fine. You're obviously fine. I am fine. It is just stuff. So I asked him, was it bad? And he was like, yes, it was bad. I think you will need to come take a look. Or I think you need to come with me or something like that. He was obviously, he obviously felt ashamed and stressed. I could tell. So I was like, it's okay, dude. It's just a car, How bad can it be was what I was thinking. And since he was so dramatic about it, I thought the car would be flipped on its side and on fire or something. But so he mangled the left, bodywork of the car. So it was scratched, pretty bad, but nothing major or anything. And the left rear light was, busted, cracked, all just red plastic all over the place. But you could drive it just fine, and it wasn't a hole in the car or anything about it. It was just wrinkly. And so I was like, this is, don't worry about it. It's, we'll figure it out. It's, he was obviously insured. I am obviously insured, and it's, it's not me personally. So, like, we filled out these insurance papers, and he just kept apologizing, and I was like, "Don't worry about it. It's, you know, these things happen. It's, you know, this is the kind of stuff that happens. It's okay." And then he said the saddest thing. He said, "Yeah, these are the only bad things happen." And I'm like, "Oh man, I felt so sorry for him. I mean, he was a good guy because, you know, not everyone would come find you. So he was obviously a good guy in a bad situation. And I could tell that. And I could, at least I can imagine that working for mail delivery or package delivery rather is a little ungrateful.
Please watch
I can
the
imagine.
speed limit.
And you could tell that it's getting to this guy. So, I felt bad for him. I tried to be as nice as I could. I think that softened it a little bit for him, but. So anyway, that was in the beginning of November, and now my work car is in a body shop. So I have this rental car, and maybe my boss didn't really plan it enough because I drive the rental car is a brand new Volvo V60, and that might sound good, but it is not an enjoyable experience when you're going to use it as a work truck because I need to bring all my tools, all the material, the cables, ladders and shit into this pretty small vehicle. And
keep right and then exit right.
Just getting into this car is like, I used to own a Volvo, but that was like older generation Volvo. They were still roomy because this thing is just not. Like, I hit my head every time I get in and out. I'm like bumping my head in the roof of the car. It's weird.
Turn right.
I don't understand how they gained so much popularity while being so small. And I'm no giant. I'm 180 centimeters, so not very tall. But still, I don't know who this car is tailored for, but it is not tailored. So that's it's a kind of frustration. Been driving around in this car all week, not liking it.
Get ready to turn left.
But you got to work with the tools you have.
Turn left.
Okay, here we go. Tartac. That's where we're gonna pick up the marks. We'll kind of see what kind of.
Here we are, safe and sound.
What we got? Looks like pickup is right there. So we're gonna turn the truck around the corner. Hopefully we can fit and then back it up next to the dump trailer right there. But man, this place is a mess. I'm gonna increase the ride height so we get a little bit off the ground. So when it comes to backing up, I've been practicing a little bit more. Also, my friend who I talked to you earlier about, he was a truck driver. He came with some pointers. And one of the things I've changed is I used to drive trailers. Up until now, I've only had trailers with turning wheels. So the rear wheels of the trailer turn with the truck. So when we turn the truck, the trailer wheels also turn, and that makes it easier to drive, in corners on the road. But it can make it a little bit harder to reverse. That's what I've been told. However, I have gotten used to that, so we'll see how weird this feels for me now to reverse with a trailer that does not have turning back wheels. Supposedly, I am going to actually put the wheels up so it gets it. I can lift and drop some of the wheels on the trucks. If you see them like on the road, sometimes you see trucks with wheels off the ground. That is to, a trailer with, like this trailer, for instance, with 3 wheels. It's gonna be harder to turn if all 3 wheels are, on the ground. There we go. Looking straight-ish. We're not dead center on the thing, but I'll take it. Okay. Let's load it up. Anyway, my friend, he
Drive safe.
also offered to give me some pointers, and I look forward to that. Some teaching. Let's see what it looks like with the logs. Can't really see much, but it looks good. Okay, let's go. Okay, so now that we have everything loaded, we're going to drop all the axles. So, when you see trucks with lifted axles, it's when they're not carrying their heaviest load. You can lift some of the axles so that the tires will be a bit spared. Now I'm going to reset the truck suspension. Okay, let's go. It's going to take us it's real time. It says estimated 23 minutes.
Get ready to turn left.
So not very long. It's 482 kilometers.
Turn left.
Let's see. Oh, this guy's stopping. Thank you. Also, I have a new house rule for the role-playing aspects of this game. I can't look at the map in big screen unless I've stopped the truck. So remind me to not cheat. Matter of fact, we should find a place to. Well, maybe we shouldn't. Yeah, no, we don't have to do that. I was thinking that we were gonna find a place to rest, but we'll be at the destination.
Get ready to turn right.
Rest.
Turn right.
So yeah, I drove around in this Volvo, not liking it one bit. I mean, it's fine, but it's a little frustrating. I did meet this guy, though. I was at this. It was a quick job. Like when I started to work as an electrician, in Sweden at least, you have to do this apprentice time. It's a year, and it's basically you're not allowed to work alone, so you always have to have like a a veteran with you, so to speak. And during this time, when I was doing that, I was working on this project to renovate an apartment complex.
Turn left.
While the tenants, they were living there, so we had to go, from apartment to apartment. We were going to fix their bathrooms. They didn't like it very much because it meant that.
Get ready to turn right.
Of course, that their rent would go up. So it was not always a thankful job, but I can appreciate it too because, like I told you before, I worked as a security guard for part of my life, and we got pretty used to, interacting with people who didn't always appreciate what you were doing. Not that you can't draw too many, parallels between working as an electrician and as a security guard, but I always try to, you know, make it the best for them. Like, I can't do anything about
Keep left, and then
their
turn left.
bathrooms having to be renovated. I can't do anything about their rent going
Turn
up.
left.
But I can, you know, I can offer them some, I can be a nice guy about it, not make the problem worse, you know. And what I could tell from the workforce that they have been exposed to during this whole project, not everyone, you know, and not everyone cared about, you know, their situation, but, you know, I do. So, you know, that was nice. It was an interesting and rewarding project out of many aspects. And this guy, he was very nice to work with. He was like me, so, you know, always nice. Like, I was happy to see you. He was one of those guys who remembered your names, you know, immediately. So, you know, I really liked the guy. He was real friendly. And I missed him. So I come to this job now, and, you know, he's there. And I'm like I haven't seen him in fucking 6-7 years, something. Because, you know, when the project's over, the project's over. So next project, it might not be the same guys. You know, he was doing the floors. So he's a floorer, I don't know what it's called. Anyway, now he's a carpenter. So I go to this job, and I guess he's the one who called, you know, my firm and asked for it. So he opens the door. I was like, I come in there, I open the door, and I'm like, oh, hey, man. And he looks at me like, what? And I'm like, oh. So first thought goes through my head is he doesn't remember me. And, you know, oh, here we go. Sorry. First thought that crosses my mind is, you know, he doesn't remember me. And, you know, that's perfectly fine. I was new at the job, so I was, you know, taking a lot of impressions, and everyone who I interacted with at the beginning of my, you know, my new career, or whatever you want to call it, made a big impression on me. So I figured I didn't do a big impression on him. Because I was like, so immediately happy to see him, like, and he was like, what? So that goes through my mind, and I'm like, oh. And then I look to the left, and there's the guy. And he's like, oh, hey, man, like, I haven't seen you. So he remembered me because it was his twin brother that I saw first. And I was like, you know, like a cartoon character, kind of, you know, wiping your eyes, like blinking, like, am I seeing double? Like a moron. And they're like, oh. And I was like, I said the stupid thing. Hold on. Oh no, look, they dropped a dragon. That was a Swedish fighter jet. Anyway, so, and I said
Please mind the speed.
I said the stupid thing like, oh, I didn't know you were a twin.
Go straight on.
It's like, like, how could I have known? It's not like he's gonna be out and about, be like, introduce himself and do what? Like, hi, my name is so-and-so. And I also have a twin brother. Like, why? It never came up. He never told me. Why should he? Like, the conversation never, you know. So, yeah, it just felt weird being like, seeing two of them all of a sudden. But he was understanding about my low IQ, so so we all laughed about it. But yeah, it was good to see him though. And he had moved on. He had his own firm now, so that's, you know, that's good. He seemed happy. Glad to see him. Poland's been showing its green side. Seems like a lot of forests in Poland. And I told you that the roads, like for example Greece, weren't as representative as the people in Greece might think it is because they were perfect. These roads are, well, you can see for yourself. I believe this section, this particular road is part of, it might be just because it's part of Vermont, I don't know. But it's, it's good to see non-perfect roads also. And the mess that the lumberyard was in. I don't know if lumberyards look like that. It feels like they should, they should be able to clean that up. Not a lumberyard specialist. That. What else? Oh, I did this other job. It was just weird. I did this. There was this gym that had a lot of gyms in Sweden, at least, probably everywhere else also. It's pretty normal for them to have saunas, and saunas in the men's shower room, they tend to break all the time. I have this theory it is because every guy who comes into the sauna needs to splash some water in it because, I don't know, they think it's cool. So even if it's 10 guys there who already splashed their water on the sauna, they also gotta splash some water on it because it's like a ritual. Anyway, the sauna can't take that and it breaks. So they decided to make it a little smaller and maybe it doesn't have to work so hard. Anyway, so it's in the men's locker room, and I need to drill through some walls for some cables, and it's concrete walls, so the sauna's obviously broken and cordoned off with, tape, kind of red and white tape across the doors, and notes like sauna's closed, do not enter. And I'm in there, drilling holes in the concrete. So it's, concrete. I take these holes that are like 40 millimeters wide. So there's a lot of concrete material that needs to come out. So it's a lot of little rocks and dust everywhere. And I'm in there with my, breathing protection, eye protection, hearing protection. It's kind of covered up, and I'm operating this 40 centimeter long drill through concrete, which is, it's pretty loud. And I'm in there, like drilling this hole, and I'm sorry if this gets graphic, but this old guy walks in backwards as he climbs, underneath the barricades to get in. To get in there, I can't really believe my eyes. I'm just looking at him. I stopped drilling, of course. So he comes in, and then it's dark in there, and it's cold, obviously, because the sauna's been off for a couple days. And he looks at me. I can see him mouthing like that. He's telling me something. I lift my air protection. I'm like, sorry, what? And he's like, the sauna's cold. And I'm like, yes, sir. The sauna's closed. And he's like, oh, they didn't tell me. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm sorry. We should have been, we should have been more clear about it. He's like, yeah. And then he just fucking left. And I'm like, I don't know. It was pretty funny. That guy, he was, let's see if we can cruise past these guys. That guy, he was, keep right. Shit. Let's see if we can do this without. There we go. We're good. Oh, I pissed him off. Sorry, dude. Yeah, this guy, you could tell that he was operating on,
Keep right, and then turn right.
habit. He was going to get his son
Turn
in.
right.
I can't say he wasn't thinking, because obviously he fucking didn't look easy to climb through. He looked like some 78-year-old version of Catherine Zeta-Jones, climbing through the lasers in that movie that she was in 100 years ago. Butt naked, poor man. You meet a lot of people who are, everyone's just trying to get along with their lives. It's not easy all the time. Like a friend of mine told me, it's like, it is not easy to be an adult. And I'm like, yeah, man, it is not.
Caution. Please watch the speed limit.
We should name her. GPS? I'm listening to this audiobook. I think I'm going to name her Polly. 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 I'm listening to this audiobook. I think it's like my third or fourth playthrough. First time I listened to it was, I want to say like 10 years ago or something. Time flies, so it's probably more than that. But anyway, I come back to it every now and then. Well, it's a series, but it's 2 books. Called Blackout is the first book, and the second book is called All Clear. And it's kind of sci-fi-ish books about time travelers. So in this universe in these books, time travel is a thing that humans have mastered. And the use case of the time travel is that historians go back in time to study, because obviously going back in time to manipulate, that would be, well, the jury's still out, I suppose, on what it would mean, but changing history is, if pop culture has taught us anything, is that, it's not as easy as just killing Hitler. So they go back in time to observe. And they're British, and they go back to the Blitz during World War II. And one of the characters that I like pretty much in this book her name is Polly. And I think of Polly having the same voice as my GPS here. Great books if you want to look them up. Blackout and All Clear by, I think her name is Connie Willis. Not sure. The girl or the woman who reads them, she also has this British accent, so it fits really well into the whole theme. Obviously, British historians. Anyway, one thing leads to another, and it's not just observation. They're not like super exciting or anything, but it's a nice story. Interesting characters, and it's not like
Keep right, and then turn right.
I've been World War II history has always been like a thing that I've spent a lot of time with. Like when I was a kid, I changed schools a lot for different reasons, and it seems like every school that I got to, it was always starting the project of making starting a World War II project. So, like, I've been over it multiple times. I'm also interested. So, movies, history, podcasts, books, anything. So I'm pretty familiar. Not a specialist anyway, but What I like about these books is that they're not like, you know, you
Go
don't
straight
follow the soldiers of storming the beaches of Normandy or anything like that, but instead it's about the civilians, you know, during World War II. Kids who got moved away from the cities, keep them safe. The ambulance crews, people who bomb shelters, stuff like that. So yeah, some good books.
Go straight on.
Yes, Polly, we will go straight on. Feels good getting there, okay? Another IKEA. We're almost done with the first job. We got 8 minutes left to go. In-game time is 10 minutes to 2. Feels good. Rest is not needed yet. Good for another 7 hours of driving. So maybe we'll just pick up the, I think the other cargo is from the same lumber yard. Just going north to Lithuania, I think. We can just keep going. That one we're going to need to plan rest before we leave the yard. Austral Masaryka. Hey, do you like the final countdown? Today's cop store, dude. Sorry. And weather has been extra depressing. It is like, you know, when it's got a little bit of tiny dark patches of snow left and it's like 2 degrees and raining. The kids are soaked. Took my son to the dentist today. Went to pick him up at school. I feel so bad for them. You know, the kids, when they have to, you know, they have to go play outside every day. Every day. I'm like, oh man. Do we have to? Well, yeah. They have, you know, they have good clothes for it, but it doesn't look very inviting. They all look like soldiers from World War I. All of them maybe had, you know, happy, colorful clothes when they got in there, but now they're all just dark, gray, brown, wet, muddy. And you know, sometimes they, you know, tell you how they feel about it. There's nothing I can do about it. Honestly, I I don't see no reason for them to be out playing when it's this wet, but you know, rules are rules, school is school. It doesn't hurt them, but I just, you know, I suppose I sympathize with them more than anything. But you gotta pick your battles, you know. I'm not gonna fight school about that or other things. I can fight school about it. But you know, man, it's hard being a parent. Never ever felt so small as like when I got kids. I used to be, you know, I used to be a very tough guy. But then from the first time I heard, my daughter's the oldest. So from the first time I, you know, when she was just in her mother's womb still, we went to, you know, do these checkups. And they do this ultrasound so you get to hear her little heartbeat in there. From that moment, like, that all my armor that I had just sheared away. Especially when it's like, well, I guess especially when it's everything. It's such a duality to it, you know? Because on the one hand, like, I am the all-powerful, like, I'm their father. So, on the one hand, like, I am the, you know, I'm one of the most important people in their lives that has the most, you know, the ability to affect them the most, depending on what, you know, what I do and don't do, and what's the right thing to do as a parent is not always, you know, crystal clear. For the most part, I don't doubt myself, but, you know, you never know. But then on the other hand, like, I feel so powerless for so many things. Like, when my son is, you know, having his teeth checked, and, you know, they're like, well, this thing, it's nothing major, but just, I can't do anything about it, like, you know. So on the one hand, I feel like really powerless, because I just can't do anything about the situation. But on the other hand, I am super powerful because I am the one who can, you know, help him through a difficult situation and make the best of it. And like, I gotta teach him, you know, shit happens. Fixing a tooth is, you know, in the grand scheme of things, it is nothing. But for him, it might be, you know. But just sitting there when, you know, dentist or medical people, you know, when or if something happens, I feel pretty useless. I know I'm not, but man, I was not ready for that. Like, getting kids. There are a bunch of things that I wasn't ready for that you kind of had to learn along the way. But I was not ready for the feeling of powerlessness. But as with everything, you learn to live with it, really learn to roll with it, and then, you know, not let it overtake you. Another thing I was not ready for is, like, I was super naive going into parenting, I think, because I was, you know, I didn't think, like with anything, I don't always think everything through, and especially not the thing that I'm going to talk about now. Like, I thought that, you know, parents were, that we create like we make the kids, and they're kind of born with, and I know how stupid this sounds, but I didn't at the time because I just didn't. I thought that kids, more or less, were born as blank papers, and that we as parents fill in, you know, we create them, their personalities, their wants, their needs. Like, saying it out loud, I realize how stupid it
Go
sounds.
straight on.
Man, I wasn't ready for that. The day my daughter was born, you could tell in her eyes that her personality was already there. So I went from thinking that I was gonna, you know, be this almighty thing that, you know, creates this person, or these two, in this case, people, to be like, man, I'm just here I'm along for the ride. I don't know where we're going. Like, I have no idea, but I have the ability to try to make the best of it. That's pretty much it. Not saying that, you know,
Get ready to turn right.
I don't have any ability to make a difference. I know I have, but I just wasn't ready
Turn
for.
right.
I just wasn't ready for how the game was going to be set up. If that makes sense. But it is great, man. It is fantastic. And it is humbling, for sure. Who has the right way? Do I have just... Shit, I don't know. I'm sorry if I cut him off. This looks a lot like Sweden. Just some things you can tell that it's another country, but it is very much, you know, very much like Sweden.
Go straight on.
Okay, we're coming up. 58 seconds until we're there, so it should be up. Oh, it's up here to the left. This is something you never see. These kind of water towers, I suppose. It is.
Turn left.
Let's wait. Oh. Okay. Let's go.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
That was a quick one.
You have arrived at your destination. Your route guidance is now finished.
Oh, it looks identical to the place that we picked up. Even that's the same place, same. Oh shit! So like you see the wheel moving, it is not. No, it has this feedback. Like if I let go of the wheel, it's gonna do this. Look, I'm not touching it. So and the wheel like in front of me is spinning just like it. You really gotta hold on to it. It's very strong as well. So it really is a hands-on experience. Just all the bumps and the turns, and, turning the truck. Feel the vibrations of the engine and the steering wheels really, you know. There's a lot of senses. See if we can set this up. Got a straight up reverse, but I want a little bit better angle before we start reversing. All right, that's better. It is a little easier to reverse. I haven't obviously done it a lot yet, but I can tell the differences between the steering trailer and the non-steering trailer. I can tell that this one is easier to manipulate, even though I can't make as tight turns with it. Like I can, if something goes wrong, I can more easily correct with this one, so it feels good. Okay, let's unload it and let's take a look at some stats. Okay, 516 kilometers. That was a little longer than estimated, but 28.5 fuel economy. That's pretty good. Better than last couple loads. It was 29 minutes of driving time. That's totally fine. We are coming up on 200,000 kilometers on the Scania here. Got to celebrate that with some cake or something. 23 tons of logs. So we were actually heavier than the pasta, but we got better fuel economy. That's nice. Income was 8,500. Taxes, fuel costs. So total revenue 6,986. So that's good. My rating was 4 out of 5. Damage 5 out of 5 stars. Distance 2 out of 5 stars. Obviously, it was a pretty short run. Fines, no fines, so 5 out of 5. Fuel economy 5 out of 5. Mass was just 3 out of 5, but those distance and the mass, we can't really do anything to affect those. So yeah, all in all, pretty happy about the stats. So yeah, that was it for this load. I'm gonna make a cut here, but I am going to start right up with the next one. I got some more time, do some more deliveries. Next one is Białystok, where we are now, to Katowice. I am sorry about the pronunciation, but it is what it is. All right, catch you on the next one just pretty soon. Take care of yourself. Bye.